Oh boy. How are we doing? How's my volume? Going in a bit hot? Coming in a bit hot. Okay, that's fine. Hi. I know exactly what I'm doing in terms of microphones. Hi. Yes. Hang on. This needs to come down. There we go. Am I central? I could be more central. There it is. Cool. Hi. How's it going? Yeah. Oh wow, that's... I'm going to assume that's okay, and no doubt fiddle with that as we go. Cool. So today, hi, my name's Liam, musician, music educator, occasional producer from Cambridge, UK. Today I am sponsored by both orange juice and coffee. Tastes like breakfast. Cool. Oh yeah, that's much better. Today I thought it might be fun, although I'm chuffing exhausted from being back at work. Because I'm lazy, basically. I thought it might be fun to try and do some, not exactly genre mashing, but genre swapping. So we're going to write a piece of music, and then we're going to try and I was going to say transpose it into different genres. That's definitely the wrong word to use. But yeah, basically stick it in different genres and see how it does, or see how we do that, whether it's just about instrumentation or whether we have to change the phrases themselves, or just literally the instruments that these things are being played on. Maybe both. Probably. So let's start by just writing something. So I thought it might be interesting to sort of see to what extent we can rely on just effects, and to what extent we need to rely on specific instruments or specific chord voicings or specific patterns or rhythms. So let's build a rhythm track to begin with. I've done that wrong. So is that. Oh. Come back. There we go. Oops. I've still not reset my macros, which is going to trip me up at some point. Yeah, that'll do. So, second instrument, let's say bass. And I like the Scarby bridge, Scarby both. Scarby. My connection looks a bit crappy. I appear to be outputting fine, but I don't appear to be receiving very well. I don't know what that means. What key is that? E, F, G. Yeah, let's go G. No, let's do something. What's the best way to start? Let's maybe go something a little more. Maybe that. Not the most groundbreaking thing, but enough to get started. fine. Let's have a organ. Yeah, I guess. And I'm going to copy that on there and basically use that to cheat. So this is a very rough template. I don't really care what it sounds like too much. This is just going to get us started. So I clearly did that wrong, didn't I? Oopsie. G's fifth is D, Liam. Dot. And then let's add thirds. Should that be minor? That should also be minor. I wonder if it'd sound... That's quite nice. So it starts off G sus4. What does the sus2 sound like? Let's go all of them. I'm getting pedantic way too early. Maybe that. So we've got a G minor, and then it stops to G sus4, G minor again, C major, A sharp major. Major. D minor, C major. So that's going to be our chord pattern. So now we just want some kind of melody. I don't know what kind of melody, and I'm also gonna color code these guys as some kind of green, and I'm gonna put it in a folder called No Genre, because I'm literally just creating the track. I'm not thinking in terms of genre at this point. What instrument do we want? Again, it doesn't really matter. Stretch tuning, that's fine. So I'm going to shove this guy quite far into the left ear. This guy a tiny bit into the right. Which we can hear now because we have wonderful stereo. Which we didn't recently. Because I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. I just had a broken cable that I didn't realise. Actually, let's keep that down there. Oops. Because we're going to write our melody here. that's going to get annoying. Oops. That might be able to just repeat. Let's get rid of that and that. No. I think I'm going to use those. Okay, so that's a really simple melody. I think we can do better at the end. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. So, that's no genre finished. So what we're going to do now is try and put it in to different styles. So, let's start with maybe funk. So what I'm going to do is delete those because those were from my template. Duplicate the whole thing. Show it over here. Call it funk. Cool. So, stage number 1. Let's change the kit pattern so it is funkier. So I think a funk player could play twice as many hi-hats. Or maybe something like that. Yeah. Boom. Right, okay. There'd be more likely to do that, maybe. Cool. Cool. Now bass, which is pretty integral to funk music. Can do something with octaves. Can we just duplicate that? Let's see how that sounds. Ooh, that's a bit. That's good. So keys don't really work, do they? So what I'm going to try and do is change the patch. Something a little more percussive. So let's go. I don't know what any of these are. Clavinet, which is going to take. Oh, it's going to take like an entire day to load. Come on, buddy, you can do it. I more or less believe in you. Oh my god. I still don't fully understand why these take so long. Can I do anything else? No. No, I've literally just got to sit here. So how was your day? Good? Productive? Professional? Subpar? Rainy? Ah, there we go. Okay. Good. So those are quite high up, actually. So what I'm going to do is separate out the voicing a bit. So we've got root note, which you'd play with your thumb, and then the rest of the chord, which you'd play with your other fingers. And I think, again, quite short stabs. Something like this. And then that needs to be oops. And let's do the same thing. Let's have this as more of a... I don't know what you'd call that. I feel like in guitar you'd call it a rake. So it's like you deliberately sort of separate the chord. Not a rake. Would you just write that as a strum, maybe? I don't know. Let's... That's probably fine. That should be quite low. Right, how does this sound with the rest of it? I wonder if I'm going to keep that muted and just shove this in here. That was not the right button. So the melody's played on the clav as well. That works. Maybe we add a like a horn section to do like chord stabs, maybe. Session horns. Yeah, single. But I want not that. Grace's Marcato. I can never remember what they're called. Stickissimo? That'll do. That'll absolutely do. So what we're going to do is duplicate. And then let's do that. What's that? Oops. I'm gonna also like change the velocity on that so they're all basically the same. Because this I'm going to change the voicings so they feel a bit higher. And then that's just going to be straight off beat. I think that could be down a bit. No, that's dreary. I'm going to move these up. Just so like this is kind of a cluster voicing now. Cluster voicings. That just means that things, you just alter the voicings so things sort of stay within the same range. That could have been better explained, but it wasn't. That one could even be a 7 chord. As could that one. That's nice. So I'm going to bring that over slightly, and what I'm going to do is put by over. So this is slightly more central than it was. So it's still slightly off to the left. Horns are further out to the right, and what I'm going to do is add a percussion layer. If I remember that my macros don't work. God damn it. Oops, go away. So I'm going to see what percussion we have in Contact, and then that'll be funk done. Band. Nope. Vintage World. No, maybe it's in here. Because I know these look like the same, but I don't think they actually are. No, maybe they are. Shut up, me. Right, I'm gonna... I swear I just had a... like a conga or something. Maybe I don't. Maybe there's a crummy one in Hallion. Or a really good one in Hallion. That would also be fine. Conga. Nope. Percussion. I guess Latin percussion would do it. Perfect. They feel like they're being cut off, the samples. Lots of ghost notes. Not ghost notes, just quick notes. That sounds a bit naff. Let's try that. Those probably all want to come down. And then that'll totally do. I don't want to go overkill. I don't want to spend ages on one genre. Cool. Funk complete. duplicate macro doesn't work. I forgot again. Is it working? It is working. Funk. Let's go electro. Just because that's super different. And let's work with battery, probably. Go away. Battery. We've gone. I guess it depends what kind of electro we want to do. Let's maybe do like a really standard electro. So get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of them. So what we're going to do is reduce the velocity on those ones slightly. And then, yeah, so rather than having, well, the drum beat's very different, isn't it? So we've got 4 on the floor, so a bass drum on every beat. And rather than having snares, we have claps, except for this end where we have like a little fill, I guess. Cool. And then we're going to stick hi-hats in between. Maybe like that. Yeah, that's cool. And duplicate again. Right, so fantastic. Let's get rid of percussion for now. Bass. I've almost forgotten what the actual chord pattern is, so I'm going to stick this back here. Is that the only place the melody is? No, it's still in keys. Cool. So, oh, hang on, I'm being dumb. I mean, not massively dumb, but just like enough. There we go. Let's nick that one. So, bass is going to be offbeat. I don't know where that went. Ooh, somewhere that went wrong. Or did it? Yes. I don't know what I did. So we have this. I think that'll feel us a bit much there. So I'm going to duplicate that. Cool. The bass doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't sound... I sort of want a slightly more retro-y sound for this electro. So we're going to instead open up our retro machines. Where's it gone? Quadra? There it is. Ooh. Quite subby, that's quite nice. So, we'll keep the cluster voicings. But we're going to change it for a pad. Which I've... Oh, there it is. Duh. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to get rid of the sus chord, just completely. is not very... I mean, I like it, but in the context of like an electro song, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have something that detailed, I think. That's quite nice. So now we just need to change that keyboard voicing to something less weird. Is my audio peaking like crazy? Oh, it's actually not bad. Okay, wicked. So let's go through the retro folder. Do. There it is. I might actually change the pad. It doesn't really matter at the moment. Memory Man. No, full voice lead. That's quite nice. Let's change the pad. I'll come back to this. Yeah, so for the moment, let's swap it out for retro machines. Memory strings. And that lead is a bit lonely, so we're going to thicken it out a heck load with some delay, I hope. I thought it'd be fun, but it doesn't really work. Oh well. Right, cool. Electro, classic electro. So the reason I made a swap is to do something slightly more modern with electro. Because this pad was really nice, but it just didn't sound classic enough. Like, I wanted to do something older sounding for that one, so... That's quite nice. We can have that actually ending. Cool. So let's work on this one backwards. keyboards. Not sure. Let's see what FM8 has. What's a popular kind of sound? Plucked string? Maybe not, but that'll do. Leave the bass as it is, I think. What I'm going to do is change this to something way more modern and less classic. I feel like if this was to be a modern track, it would be half the speed, personally. And you can also layer snares as well, like that. Ooh, let's go. Okay. Not so sure about that one. Right, what shall we do? Let's do reggae, which I'm going to duplicate funk for because I think there's a lot of similarities in the instrumentation. I'm going to move all of these over. Reggae, can't spell today. Or any day. So let's work on the drum kit first. Oh, did I not? Right, good. I'll just unmute everything. God damn it. Okay. So you don't always have on beats or one beats in reggae. And we can bring down the velocity, especially in those kicks and those guys. Cool. Cool, that'll do. Even that's perhaps I don't know, that's probably fine. get rid of percussion. Let's see how the bass sounds. Maybe the hats should be on the 1. Nah. Boring. So bass tends to be a little more riffy. So I'm going to duplicate that bass line just to give me the root notes. And then I'm going to get rid of everything but the first instance of those notes. And I'm going to rearrange myself because my legs hurt. There we go. Now I'm down here. Let's maybe stretch that a little bit. No. And then do that up here. What notes are out? Let's see how they sound together. It's not the best, but it works more or less. Yeah. I think the tempo of that one's making it quite hard to, yeah. What am I trying to say? Tempo of that one makes it feel so much like un-reggae. I don't know. Let's bring in a organ. Oops. It's a bit crunchy. That's quite nice. rhythm here I'm struggling with a bit. Maybe it just needs to be more sparse. Yeah, I think that could be it. Just make it a lot emptier. Yeah, I like that 7 there, actually. And that 7 as well was quite nice. So that gives us this. Cool, so let's see if this can be a solo horn part. Just trying to work out which is going to be the emphasis, and therefore where to put the velocity. Yeah, something like that. I think there's too many hats. I think the problem is we want triplets. It doesn't feel wonky enough, to be honest. There it is. That was simple. Makes a lot more sense. Let's scrap all of those. Right. That's what we want. So now we know. You want to make it sound reggae, you better put it in triplets. Lesson learned. Yeah, I should have heard that, to be honest. Oh well. this in 3s as well. So that is going to feel a bit janky, but it'll broadly work. Let's see how that is. That one probably. That could do with a lot more energy. Do I not have a way to... Sort of hope there would be a way to only have a single instrument, but apparently not. Cool, let me just see how we're doing for time. One day I might invest in a clock that's in front of me. Okay, we're about an hour. So let's have a listen through to what we have so far, because obviously we've not touched on that many genres. So let's start with no genre. Nothing special, fine. Funk. That was fun. Yeah, quite like that. Quite fast, especially compared to reggae. Quite like that now that we've put it in triplets. Classic electro followed by modern electro. Let's do some cheesy dubstep. Because we can. At least we can when I work out what my duplicate is. Dubs. So let's find a super aggressive sounding kit in battery. I didn't want that one. I wanted the one below it. God damn. Ugh. Well, that's not what I want. Right, let's try. I wonder if this wants to be triplets as well. Nope. Worth a shot. Cool, that'll do. On the 1, let's have an additional kick. Oh, let's do that stupid trap thing. Cool. Oh, I only did 1. That's fine. Duplicate. Let's change the bass to be massive. Both the descriptor and the plugin. So let's just have held out notes to begin with. Cool. Oh, come back. There we go. Last one. This is going to sound really dumb for a bit. That's fine. That's good. So this one's kind of just like adding some height, some crunchiness at the top to the whole thing. So these are all going to go through filter number 1. Which is going to do that sort of thing, as dictated by this parameter. Where's the... other way. That one's going to move a bit as well, I think. Excuse me, that's my phone. Didn't realise it made noises. Let's mute that. I think we can get this to control this. That's quite nice. Okay, so we spent ages on that accidentally. So now we have this. That pattern doesn't quite fit. That'll do. I made the point. I've made the point that it's bassy and wobbly, so that's plenty. So the pad's going to be very similar, I think. I'm going to put an effect on it so it's tremolos. This will have a kind of similar effect to side chaining, but it'll be more less dictated by the rhythm track. I know what I'm saying. It's fine. If I could just find the goddamn modulation. There it is. Tremolo. That's cool. I think we want something a little more harsh, so we're going to go into reactor. Hopefully. There it is. Razor? Is Razor the one I like? Yes. Yeah, I like Razor. And I just realised that it's been over an hour and we haven't saved. So I'm doing that now. There we go. Leads. Punch in the balls. That's terrible. That could be it. The glide is really annoying me, so I'm going to turn that down. I think that'll be fine. Let's try one more genre. How are we for time again? 1 hour 12. Okay, let's go for one more genre. I'm actually gonna... Nope, I'm gonna duplicate that one. Let's see if we can do an old school hip hop. I'm not sure if that's gonna work at all. Oh, I could have done a rock one. Let's do a rock one. Oh no, bugger. Yeah, no, let's do a rock one. I was going to say no because my guitar's out of tune, but you can just watch me tune it. It's fine. So, thing number one, I think actually, well, we're not going to use the keyboard, and we might not use the lead. The bass as that rhythmic thing is fine. If I was pedantic and had a lot of time, I would do this for all of it. But I'm not pedantic and have a lot of time, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I think open and crash cymbal. Because this is the only style where we haven't opened it with a big crash. Or used open has. So we'll do that. So I'm going to move these to a more punctuated snare. Cool. And repeat. Different cymbal. So, stage 1, guitar. Stage 2, jack cable. Stage 3, VST connections. Stage 4, tuning. Bear with. Or I probably could have just left it in E flat and used my brain a bit, but that's not what we're doing. Oh well. This is really fun to watch, I'm sure. Okay, close enough. Chords are okay, that's easy enough. Let's do. Let's solo this. I've already forgotten what it was. Oh well. Yeah, I completely screwed that. Not completely. Just a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta be in time, Liam. Gotta be in time. That's what the clicks are for. So you know. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. That was so worth tuning my guitar for. I know I'm the person that decided to do that, don't worry. So, now we have this. And the obvious difference between that and every other type of chord that's been played is that that's just power chords. But that's fine, because we've got all the distorted sound in rock music. That means other notes don't matter. Maybe I try and play that on guitar. That would make some level of sense. So, C, A. remember that. Oh. Let's do it a few times round and see if I remember. With repeat would have been fantastic. Okay. Right, let's see if I can do it in one. That would be fantastic. Not gonna happen. 2, 3, 4. Distracted by a noise behind me. Story of my life. That's what's going to be on my gravestone. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Second time. Almost perfect. Cool. I'm well aware, like a million other genres I could have tried to do. Blues, jazz, hip-hop was going to be one of the ones I'd do, but then I didn't. Various different kinds of EDM. Vaporwave. Spoken word. Trance. Disco. Happy hardcore, regular hardcore, doesn't matter. So let's go through each of them and just listen out for the differences. So remember, no genre had a steady bass line, crappy bass line, simple chords, and the melody. Oh, well, simple chords with the sus. I forgot one very vital thing. Drum kit, mix, hard rock. It does a lot, trust me. And for the reggae, again, drum kit. We're not going to change the mix away from funk. What we are going to do is go into the mixer and just stick a buttload of reverb on the snare. Kind of hard to tell. Whatever. Okay. No genre. Fine. Funk. So what changed? Well, the rhythm mainly. The fact that we laid in percussion, the bass was a lot more active, and the keys were doing the chords as well as the melody. And then we had a horns layer in close voicings as well. Fantastic. Stabby horns. Reggae. So, no or very few, or no. 1 beat kick drums? Okay. Very few on the beat kick drums. Certainly not where you'd put them normally in other styles of music. The time is in triplet time now. The bass is more kind of lazy riff, and is the only thing playing on beats. Which is nice. That's a sort of lolloping feel to reggae. Keyboards are playing again staccato. Again staccato? No, keyboards are playing staccato in triplets as well, and the melody is played on horns. I'm not entirely sure which horns. And again is in triplets. Fantastic. Old electro, classic electro, whatever. So drums, 4 to the floor, kick drums on every beat. Every second beat, where you normally have snares, are just a layer of claps, which do the same kind of job. They're just a little more open feeling. There is a snare fill at the end, but that's it. And then hi-hats on the ands. Bass is also on the ands, just root notes. Melody is played on a classic synthy type thing with a lot of delay, and then we've got like a little pad underneath as well with the same close voicing chords. Cool. Contemporary electro. Bass is exactly the same. The pads and the keys are just more up to date sounds, and the electro kit is a lot more like a it's a lot more like a traditional drum kit rather than a 4 to the floor. Cool. Some kind of EDM. Again, the pad is even more up to date. They've got the crazy wobble bass going on. Kit is just more modern sounding and has that annoying. And I quite like using it. The kind of trappy hi-hats. And I think there's no delay on the lead, but it's just a more harsh sounding lead thing. And finally, rock. Drum kit, crash cymbals, or I think China cymbals on starting each bar, open hi-hats on every beat, some fun kick drums in weird places, big hats, big snares, sorry. Very, very straightforward root note bass, nothing wrong with that necessarily. Power chord guitars in the rhythm rather than triads, and the lead thing is just played on guitar. So, that was a stream in which I play the same song in different styles. There are many more styles I could have done, but I didn't. Thanks for hanging out while I did this. This was a fun exercise, and I think it's I think when you're writing your own music, it's always fun to wonder, hey, what would it sound like with different voicings, that kind of thing, or even just to give you ideas for the bridge of a song, for example, or like an alternate chorus, or even an alternate version of an entire song, if you want to make something special for an album, for example, or just to remix your own stuff. Yeah, this was fun. So I think this is going to be my regular-ish time slot for streaming, starting somewhere between 5 and 6 on Mondays. That might change, but for the moment, that's what it is. So yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next Monday at around about that time I just said. Toodaloo!